Hi, I just wanted to kind of give a quick video on kind of what to expect when you actually go to uni, because I think this will put a lot of people's, hopefully, minds at rest on kind of what to expect. So obviously moving to uni, quite a big thing. I got like a list of things that I knew I wanted to take, and I started buying things in like March, April time, just to kind of build up a stock. I obviously didn't buy everything all in one go, but the longer you leave it, the more likely it is that things are going to go out of stock, because every student is probably going to be in the same boat with having to buy certain things. And I also kept a really good lookout for sales, Sainsbury's sales, and just like supermarket sales for like homeware and kitchenware was really good thing to kind of keep an eye out for. And obviously then once you've got everything and you've moved, you know, meeting your new flatmates who are going to be the people that you're living with for potentially the next year is quite a scary thing for a lot of people. I sat in the kitchen after I'd kind of moved everything in and organised it all. I sat in the kitchen and waited for other people to kind of arrive and get settled in. And then I think we all sat round our kitchen tabletop bar thing, and we kind of just sat down, got to know each other a little bit. I think we played Kaplunk because someone had brought Kaplunk, like a couple of games with them. I'd highly recommend bringing some games with you. It's a fabulous icebreaker. And yeah, we just kind of got to know each other, and then they all went out. I personally didn't go out the first night because I wasn't comfortable going out in a city that I had never been out in and hadn't really explored properly. So yeah, and that's kind of like my experience of moving into uni. And then actually starting uni was really kind of like chilled. It was a lot more kind of integrated than I thought it was going to be. So we had an induction kind of few days where we got to meet our lecturers, got to meet our PT groups who you kind of stick with for the 3 years. And yeah, that was really nice. Got to know everyone who was doing the course. And then the week after, lectures actually started. And for me, this wasn't much different to college. Obviously, there's a lot more people and the content is, you know, a little bit more of a higher level. But the principles are the same. You kind of sit down, listen to someone telling you stuff, and then you go home. And rather than having like homework like you would at college, you're kind of just expected to review your notes and go over anything that you didn't quite understand. So at uni there's 2 different types of kind of lesson. There's lectures and seminars. Lectures, usually a big hall, lots of people, one lecturer at the front telling you loads of information. It's usually not that interactive. However, seminars are different. They are usually smaller groups and a hell of a lot more interactive. So that's where you'd sit down with like your PT group in a room and you kind of go into things in more depth and more detail. So yeah, I mean, for me, being a student nurse, I had practical sessions and I also had placement, which broke my days up and my weeks up quite nicely. But that's kind of what to expect. I mean, in terms of making friends, I found it quite easy. You know, everyone's in the same boat, so everyone's pretty chatty. And I definitely say if you ever get stuck where you don't know anyone, just kind of go up to people and be like, oh, hi, especially if you kind of recognise them from your course or whatever, because I think that is a brilliant way to kind of start branching out. And then freshers fairs, oh my god, go, you get so many freebies, and you also get the chance to kind of look at different societies, which is another brilliant way of making lots of friends and getting your social circle bigger than just the flat that you live in and the course that you're on. So yeah, that is my brief guide to freshers.